Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf Edwards, and welcome to part 85 of the Abigail and Margaret Film School. Let us begin. So Abigail was waking up with a massive headache, like massive. It was horrendous. She accidentally woke her wife up. And what followed was I don't know what to say. It was a verbal disaster. She told her a new one, and Abigail was fiercely apologizing that she did that because she knew what was happening in her own head. So why in the hell would she ever want to put that through her? I don't understand why she did that. Anyway, she wakes her up, accidentally, I might add, and they both went back to sleep. After a little while, the headache went away a little bit, but not by much. And they woke up as best as they could at the time. Margaret is still a little bit upset about the wake up that her wife gave her, but she's slowly but surely calming down, and they decide to get some breakfast so they can have something in their stomach. So they order room service, and after that, they hear a knock at the door. They think that the room service has been really, really fast, but it just so happened to be their friends that they met last night. They come to their room, and they just talk about the night, and talk about how great it was, and also how painful this headache is. So they're talking about life and their hangovers and everything else. When all of a sudden she hears a knock at the door. Abigail hears a knock at the door. It is room service. The room service gives them their breakfast, and they decide to share it with the lovely couple, which is exactly what they do. So they sit down on the floor and they eat breakfast together. And they leave. The lovely couple leave their hotel room, leaves Abigail and Margaret's hotel room. They leave, and it was now time for them to get ready for the meeting. After that, they were going to have between Princess Jennifer and and Beatrice. I forgot her name. Sorry, almost forgot her name. She is very nervous about the meeting and very upset that she would even offer to have this meeting, knowing in her mind that things are never going to change between them. She says to her, Margaret, things are never going to change. We don't like them, and they clearly don't like us. They tried to kill us, remember? So why in the hell we want to meet with them? And her wife Margaret said, well, I mean, honey, maybe they do want to get along with us. That's a little bit too optimistic with my taste, honey. Tone it down a little bit. Okay. Be pessimistic. I'm gonna be optimistic. You, what? You joke. Thank you. What the hell? Sorry. I'm just saying that it's not going to work at all. And I'm saying that it is going to work. So who's wrong here? I guess we're going to find out in a couple of minutes. Okay. Or in a couple of hours, rather. Huh. So why didn't she bother to tell us when it's going to happen, when this meeting is going to happen? Should we call her? Or I think you should. Margaret asked. Well, Margaret said, "No problem, I'll call her." So Abigail gets out of the bed, or off of the bed. She grabs the phone, dials the princess's phone number, and she calls the princess. The princess is taking a little bit forever to call back. Finally she does, and she says, "Listen, princess, when do you want us to have this meeting? What time?" "Well, at 8 o'clock p.m. would be my preference." "Great." She hangs up the phone, and she walks back to the room, to the other half of the hotel room. She says to Margaret, 8 o'clock p.m. Okay, we have enough time. After that, they just she hops on the bed and continues to watch TV with her wife. After watching TV for a while, they decide to go back on the beach. So they leave the hotel, and now they're on the beach, just hanging out together, enjoying the sunset or the sunshine. After a couple minutes of that, they decide to go back to the hotel room to take a little bit of a nap. They go back to the hotel room and they take a little bit of a nap. After that, it's now time for the meeting. She wakes up first. She wakes up Margaret second. And they are gone from the hotel room once again. After that, she sits down at the meeting, at her hotel room, and Margaret is sitting down at the no. Actually, that does not happen. They go to they walk to a building, to the office, where her secret office in America is, her second secret office in America is located. She knocks on the door, and her maid, her bodyguard actually, opens the door and welcomes them in the office. They walk in the office and they sit down on the chairs, and they begin talking. "We need to end this. I don't like what you're doing," the princess said, "and I want to destroy you. But the best way that I can ever do that is to get rid of your lives of work. So what I'm going to do is ask you to destroy your film school and never make movies ever again. Or you have a choice, get divorced. Or there's a third choice, not, and this could go on forever. You decide right now. Well, no to the first choice, Abigail. No. Abigail said, says, I have 3 choices, huh? Yes, but all of them are bad. Yes, that is correct, the princess said. Okay, so no on the first choice, no on the second choice, and definitely no on the third choice. I guess we're going to have to be enemies forever. Goodbye. And she of course grabs Margaret and they begin to leave. Beatrice comes up behind them and started to beat them up. Of course, it's 2 against 1, and she does not have the upper hand. So she gets beat up. So Beatrice gets beat up by both Abigail and Margaret. But the princess is standing right there and she's not taking it. So it's now 2 against 2. But she's not ready to fight. So, to make a long story short, they get beat up. The princess and, of course, Beatrice get beat up. And that was it. They leave the office, they leave the secret office with the upper hand in this battle. After that, they leave. They leave the office with the upper hand, and they, to make a long story short, go back to the hotel room, and they decided that it was going to end there. So they get their things, they go back to the hotel room, they get their things, and now they're leaving the hotel room, the hotel. They get their stuff, they say goodbye to the room service guy and girl, they say goodbye to everybody. After that, they leave the hotel. They're now walking down the street of the other cities. But finally they get to Sweet Town. They get to Sweet Town. They of course hop in there they of course go home, and they open up the door and they walk in. They walk in, and she goes directly straight to the phone, and she says to herself, she says to Margaret, school is in session tomorrow. After that, she walks in the phone room, and the first person that she calls is Peter. She calls Peter and says, school is, I have some great news for you. School is now back in session tomorrow. School is in session tomorrow. But that's great. That's wonderful. After that, she says, make sure to call Susan and Tracy and tell them the good news. After that, she hangs up the phone and she is about to leave the room. After that, she is very happy, but she hears the phone ring once again. She hears the phone ring once again, or the rings once again. She picks up the phone, and it's her friend from Mexico, who taught her how to make movies in the first place. He says, well, I'm at the airport, and I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you guys, just to say hi and probably eat some food with you guys, and then tomorrow I'm going to leave. Well, great, man. That's wonderful. I can't wait to see you. Me too. After that, she hangs up the phone once again and leaves the phone room. Yes, she leaves the phone room. After that, she is walking to the living room to tell her the good news. He's coming, our teacher is coming to America. Isn't that cool? Well, yeah, I would say. Why? He wants to spend time with us. But that's awesome. After that, they sit down on the couch and watch TV together all afternoon. It was now night time. Time has passed, and it was now night time. She hears a knock at the door. They haven't even begun cooking dinner yet, and he arrives early, and he hugs them, and they welcome him to their house. He sits down on the couch with them and watch TV together, and they watch TV together. They are discussing what happened with the phone call and how short he was. He apologized. They accepted. After that, it is now time to eat dinner. Abigail is now cooking dinner for the three of them. After she cooks dinner, it was nothing too big. They ate dinner at the dinner table, and that was it. Or they began eating dinner at the dinner. They began eating dinner at the dinner table. And they're just talking and eating and enjoying themselves. After all of that, he says, I appreciate this meal. I appreciate you. And he's about to leave. But she says to him, no, you're not. You're staying here until tomorrow, right? Why don't you stay here at our house? And of course, Margaret thinks that it's a great idea. And she decides to give him the guest bedroom that Abigail didn't know about, but they have it. So they are walking, well, she is walking him down to the guest bedroom that they apparently have. And sorry about that. That's not okay. Sorry about that. And they are walking down to the guest bedroom whilst Abigail is watching TV and waiting for her wife to come back so they can watch TV together and then eventually go back to bed or go to bed. She comes back and she gets up from the couch because she needs to use the bathroom. She does use the bathroom. She comes back from the bathroom to the living room, and together they're watching TV. Or they all continue watching, they continue watching TV together. After that, it's now time for bed. They get up from the couch, she turns off the TV, Abigail turns off the TV, and after that, they are going to the bedroom to take a well-deserved sleep, to go to bed, I should say. They are in their bedroom, they put on their pajamas, and they go directly to bed. And that was it. To be continued. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment telling me what do you like about the video or hate about the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.